Alrighty, YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video. We're going to be talking about OTAs that happened today. We're going to talk about updates regarding Terry McLaurin, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and we're going to be talking about Cam Curl now becoming the captain of the secondary. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So, before we do that, I want to talk about the boxing video I did. You know, Tank Davis versus Rolly Romero, the recap that I did. It did pretty well. I mean, the feedback was positive on that video. I think it was positive just for the simple fact that I told you I'm not a big boxing fan, so I'm not going to get up here and act like I know what I'm talking about. And I think a lot of you guys really messed with that because I wasn't trying to get up there and act like I knew what I was talking about. I was just being myself, and it did really well. So let me know if you guys want more boxing videos. Obviously, I gotta say this every time because anytime I talk about expanding to other things, I feel like you guys think Washington content is going to leave. It's never going anywhere, okay? This is my favorite team. It's the love of my life, bro. I'm a diehard fan. This is what I want to do. Talk Washington football as a career. It's never going anywhere, but when I talk about expanding to other things, I just have to make that clear. But let me know if I should get more into boxing, enlight me on some boxers or some matches that I should talk about. Because again, it was fun talking about it. And again, I think I had a lot of fun talking about it just because I told you that I didn't know much about, you know, boxers or boxing. And I think you guys mess with the authenticity. Is that the word I'm looking for? Or the authentic talk? I guess, just trying to be myself and not act like I knew what I was talking about. So let me know again if you guys mess with that. And secondly, shout out to the Washington content creators that were at OTA'S today. Shout out to Rio, Top Podcast. I'm sure there was a ton of other content creators that were there. Those are the only two that I really know. So enlighten me. You know, we're a Washington community that's constantly growing. And I love to see it. So enlighten me on some guys that were there that I don't know of. But shout out to those guys. Now, OTAs, it wasn't a lot to talk about just because it wasn't a lot of footage, if any, from today's practice. They weren't allowed to record footage, I believe so. So that kind of sucks, but understand why. But it was fun to hear that Jahan Dotson is torching the defense. That's not surprising at all. Jahan Dotson, first round pick, okay? Secondly, he was the most professional ready receiver in this class. So to see him come in and torch the defense, not a surprise at all, okay? I'm happy that he is. I'm happy that it didn't take him long to get accustomed to the NFL. And again, it's just practice, it's just OTAs, it's just off-season training activities or off-season team activities. So it's not really nothing huge, but it is something exciting to see. Okay, Jahan, he's a guy that I have high expectations for. I already told y'all this, man. First round pick, 16th overall. You're supposed to be the receiver to help out Terry. I need at least, 700, 800. I need that from you, bro. There's no reason why you shouldn't get that 16th overall pick. Okay? Jahan, as you may know, grew on me. I wasn't the biggest fan of the pick, but after really assessing the pick, they did exactly what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to draft a guy that could run. I wanted them to trade back. So they did exactly what I wanted them to do. So, you know, it makes sense now. Jahan torching the defense, huh? Again, that's not a surprise at all, bro. He's the most NFL ready from this draft class. Also, it's note that Carson Wentz's favorite target is Jahan Dotson. Now, it's not. You can't really say that just because Terry isn't out there. And Terry is such a vital point of this offense. He's literally the face of the franchise. So to say that, you got to take that with a grain of salt just because Terry isn't out there due to obvious reasons, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But if he truly is Carson Wentz's favorite target, that says a lot. That says a lot. Why? Because they're already building that rapport. They were building that chemistry. And I'll say that's probably one positive of Terry not practicing. You know, again, I don't care if Terry practices because it's OTAs and he is doing what's best for him and his family. Get your money, Terry. You know, but I could say the one positive about Terry not practicing, it allows Jahan more reps. It allows Jahan to build more rapport with Curtis Samuel, with Cam Sims, with Carson Wentz, the quarterback. Okay? So again, I'm excited. I'm glad the team is looking nice. I'm glad the team is building chemistry, building rapport. It's exciting, man. Again, this is the first year that I'm having serious expectations for this team. Why? Because I feel like we're talented on both sides of the ball now, and we have a quarterback. The roster isn't too much different from last year's roster, but the biggest thing is we have a quarterback. Now, yes, Carson Wentz is a question mark, but it's no way he can be worse than Taylor Heineke. Okay? Then next, shout out to my man Rio. He says Cole Turner looks like the real deal. As you guys know, besides, he's my favorite draft pick from this year's draft class, just because I feel like he can be a serious receiving threat as a tight end. Him and Logan Thomas create havoc. Former wide receiver turned tight end, and he's 6'6". He has great hands. You know, he's not really much of a blocker, but that's okay. That's what you have John Bates there for. That's what you have Logan Thomas there for. He's that big body tight end that can go up and get it in the red zone. He can stretch the field. He can go across the middle, you know. I think this is going to be Carson Wentz's Mo Alley Cox. I would say that would be Logan Thomas, but Logan Thomas can do everything, block and catch. I don't know if Mo Alley Cox is much of a blocker as he is a receiving threat. On top of that, Logan Thomas may not be ready for week 1, so we may be relying on Cole Turner heavily to start the season. John Bates, I do feel like he is being slept on. I like John Bates. I feel like he had a really, really solid season last year. I believe that he showed the ability to catch and block coming out of Boise State. You know, Boise State, when he was coming out of Boise State last year, we knew that he could block. It was just the ability to catch the ball was the question mark, and he showed that he can do that at a really, really good level. So that's not surprising at all. But to hear that Cole Turner looks like the real deal already, that's a great sign. That's a great sign. I love to hear that, man, 'cause he's my favorite pick from this draft class, and I have high expectations for Cole Turner, and I'm sure they do too. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the players that were there. Chase Young, Montez Sweat were there at practice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me say that one more time. Chase Young and Montez Sweat were at practice. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I had to say that because a lot of you were getting worried, man. Again, like I said, yes, I would love if Chase Young was there at practice, okay? I would love if Montez Sweat was there at practice, okay? But it's OTAs. Like, I understand the season that they had last year, you would like for them to be there. That's how I feel. But again, Chase is dealing with a ACL tear. He is rehabbing still. He was rehabbing in Colorado last week. Montez Sweat has some personal issues. I'm never one to question anyone's personal issues. Everyone goes through stuff. They're human. Okay? So, again, it's OTAs, bro. Now, Terry not being there, same thing. Not worried about it. Terry has the right to not be there. He is going through a negotiation process. He is protecting himself. He's doing what's best for him and his family. And I love what Jonathan Allen said, where he basically broke it down for you guys how the negotiation process works. And he's always going to side with the player. So am I. Okay? So it's not that big of a deal. Again, Terry's trying to get his money. That's how I truly feel. There's never been a time that I've felt like Terry isn't going to get paid. If anything regarding a trade or him asking for a trade or something like that comes up, I will truly be flabbergasted because I don't expect it. I expect Terry to get his extension. But with that being said, I don't really see no other news besides everyone reporting on the same thing that Jahan Dotson torched the defense. Last thing that we want to talk about before we get out of here is Cam Curl now apparently the secondary's captain. Another move that's not surprising by me. Cam Curl burst on the scene in 2020, 7th-round pick, and he's been a stud ever since. He's my second favorite player behind Terry McLaurin. Okay? That's not surprising. Cam is now a veteran. I showed this to his pops, Greg Curl. When I talked to him, I said, man, your son, he's already a veteran. Year 3. Percy Butler. Okay? All these other young safeties that we have are going to be looking up to Cam. Going to be asking Cam to show him the way for the veteran leadership. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure Cam is ready for that role. You know, he's not much of a speaker, as we know, but I'm sure he's growing into that. As you've seen on the mic'd up last year, he can express himself if he wants to. Feel what I'm saying? So it's interesting. I'm glad Cam is now, apparently the captain of the secondary. I love that. Cam Curl, dog, star. You know, so let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Want to roll to 5K, giving up 5 racks, bro. You know what I'm saying? As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. I'm out. Peace.